receive mine? Double turn.
Okay, Les has got top of turn 3. What are we going to see from the Stormcast? Is the prime time coming down? Everybody wants to know, Les. Is he coming down?
He's got his hero face first. Looks like his Relictor's done 3 mortal wounds on the...
Now, that is nice, yes. See, it's good to see a model like that on the table.
He's looks like he might be going in with the Relictor, and he's jumped out of the Liberator just to try and hold up that central column.
He's throwing the Liberator away.
Yeah.
He's trying to get a couple of cheeky wounds off.
Well, his objective is open.
Oh, and I don't think that's a tease, ladies and gentlemen. I think we are getting a prime time.
Yeah.
Yes, prime time it is. Back of the board.
Unfortunately,
going for that objective.
Just out of shot, but if he gets that charge in, he should delete those Blood Warriors.
We're hoping to see a bit of prime time action because this has been very one-sided for the Bloodbound so far.
There might even be Wrathmongers back there. I'll have to check that out.
You said Skull Reapers up at the back next to that orb. We got the Wrathmongers in the middle.
Skull Reapers are in the middle there. There are some maybe he's taking 3 units of Wrathmongers. He's got the Bloodstorm. Maybe he's rocking the Bloodstorm formation. That was a nasty formation there. Yeah. We're not seeing an awful lot of movement otherwise from the Stormcast. In with the Relictor on a charge. He's double won the prime.
Double won the charge.
He's double won the prime.
It's almost as if that is just a curse of Les Martin. A double one on the prime. I think I get sick of the stories he tells about every time he double ones primes.
And that is going to change this game. He could have come back in,
ladies and gentlemen. I think that's going to be the game. With the prime sat out in the open with, as you said, Skull Reapers and Wrathmongers nearby. He's not going to take that blow.
He's up against the ropes now. We'll see what he can do in the combat phase.
Double won the prime. I'm going to be hearing that story for weeks, ladies and gentlemen. For weeks.
There's his combat phase. I think he's going to go with the Relictor first.
This is going to be a very quiet combat phase for the Stormcast. Not what Les wanted at all.
Can he kill Adjudicator? Doesn't look like Juggernaut.
He's going for the Juggernauts, mate. I know at this point you might as well just Hara-carry, but it's...
I don't know. The Relictor's fairly strong. It doesn't look like he does. Russ's turn 3.
As we would like to say, the mop-up stage for the Khorne Bloodbound.
Oh, I think it might be. Yeah, the Wrathmongers are making their way to the objective. Skull Reapers.
Is that another one to run? They are some heavy Blood Warriors right there.
It's all that heavy armour that they don't wear.
No, the Blood Warriors, they got a 4 up, I suppose, but that's the average for a Bloodbound army is a 4.
Is that what, a 1 to run?
Yeah, one to run and a 4 up armour save. That's why they got the Bloodstoker there, mate. They're lazy.
The Bloodsecrators are moving.
Bloodsecrators are moving up. See what when the Bloodsecrators start moving that you've messed up in the game.
Yeah, it's like a clenched claw is coming round now. And here's Russ's charges. The Mighty Lord of Khorne's in on Jugger. Here's turn 3 for Russ's combat. He's smothered a Liberator in the middle.
Oh, that's what they're all doing there. I thought they're all gearing up. God, that is an unfortunate Liberator right there.
Liberator Prime, big broad axe, and a lot of Khorne Warriors lined up to beat him around the head.
That is not going to be consensual what's happening there.
No, a couple of Juggernauts against the Relictor. Now, they are hearty folk, the Relictor. It's 3 up safe.
He's doing well. I didn't expect him to last as long, but again, I tend to find Juggernauts less offensive than they are defensive.
No, he's still alive there, holding on for quite a long time. That Liberator does fall, though, unfortunately.
There's a shock.
Yeah. So, another good turn for us, though.
So I think the best thing about that turn was definitely the prime failing his charge, rolling a double 1, which is winner. So that means he didn't get to score the points. He didn't stop me scoring. I killed the Liberator in the middle, managed to drag down the last Judicator, ran across the board basically. My Sword Priest is in a position now that if he does charge the Warriors, he can use his magics, but normally it doesn't do anything. And I've got the 5 heroes of the Bloodbound Wrathmongers heading over towards the prime. So we'll see how that goes. But obviously I've got to take that turn. Hopefully, down to the next turn, I can win the roll and I can get my Wrathmongers into the Liberators on the objective. And then get the rest of my army into his last remaining Judicators and Venator. And that should be all she wrote, I think. But we'll see how it goes. If he gets the turn, yeah, it could be difficult. It depends on his shooting, really. but we'll see how it goes. But I'm pretty confident. I'm fairly happy with how the game's panning out. So let's hope I can finish the game off and win. But if it comes down to draw, I think I'm winning on kill points. So it's looking pretty good for me. So if he gets the turn, it could be a bit of a different story, because I probably won't be able to get across and stop that and contest or capture the objective in his side, and then it's going to come down to what the prime does, really. So we'll see.
So yeah, the worst thing about that last turn was the prime failing his charge on a double one. It's really put me up against it now. I think if the prime had got in and I'd rolled above average, I could have been in a really strong position going into turn 4. As it stands, I have to ask my shooting to go above average on the dice rolls, and hopefully the Relic can clear off a few more of the Juggernauts, because at the moment he's pinned in place. My plan of attack is to try and force the prime down Russ's throat in the left hand corner and try and kill enough of his sort of corn blood warriors so that he can contest the objective and hopefully manage to do a little bit of damage. But I think the Wrathmongers are going to be able to stop me. If I can kill all of the blood warriors in my turn and I get the double turn, I score. But then the Wrathmongers will go in, kill the prime, and then Russ gets it in his turn anyway. So it basically, we're just drawing again. As Russ already said, I think he will win the game on a minor victory due to kill points if it does come down to that. But it all depends on what happens with regards to what's going on the table. There's a few things that I can do to try and slow him down, but I think it's feeling a bit drawish, with the possibility of Russ sort of like pushing and getting the win now. Which it's been a fun game. It's been definitely a learning experience so far. I'm going to try and keep in it till the last turn, and just see how it goes.
4. Les 1.
Okay, turn 4.
Okay, this is the Stormcast's Hail Mary. What is Les going to be doing right now?
I think he's going to have to consolidate around his objective.
He is. He's throwing the Knight Venator forwards.
Yeah, essentially roadblocks. The prime's going to 3 inches away so he can get that charge in, and then he's going to get a few shots still of that remaining Judicator.
Oh yeah, with his scepter, isn't he?
Yeah, the Venator's still got his shooting as well, so he might whittle down a little bit. It looks like he does on that Wrathmongers.
It's the one you want to go for with any shooting. Only got a 5-up save, and if you kill them in from range or magic, nothing bad happens.
Yeah, it's quite conservative play there. It manages to get the prime in on a charge, and it looks like that's going to be it. Keep the relics room with the Judicators and go from there, really. So, into the combat phase.
Okay, so we've got
combat phase, and it looks like the prime does his job there.
It's good to see. I don't tend to see too many primes, mainly because they stay up in the heavens until turn 4. But it's good to see that this model, it's a beautiful model, and it's nice to see it doing its job.
Yeah, I think also in the terms of the game, it's actually a really big swing. Les has been on the back foot since turn 1. But
now he's got nothing. Now Russ hasn't got anything next to the objective.
Nice.
That's a big swing.
He gets an extra 4 points, 4 for his own and 4 for Russ's objective at the end of his turn. So he's just going to pull ahead and make Russ have to chase him, which is a good tactic considering he is in a bit of a dire position.
Yeah, as everybody's been saying, this has been a one-sided game so far, but with just the actions of that one model, he's managed to swing this.
Yeah, he might even, Russ has got to get in there and either dance around the objective or fight the prime. And if you fight the prime, he might take off the Wrathmongers and survive. It's a long hope, but
there's units that can do it. But at the same time, if you then have the unit that you've just attacked him with deleted, you've got nothing next to the objective again. So he's got to think about these things.
Yeah, and then I think we've got the Relictor still fighting the Juggernauts there.
That guy has really held on. That is the poster child right now. Take a Relictor. Points. Take a Relictor, ladies and gentlemen. Take a Relictor.
Take
2.
Minus 1 to hit on units.
No, the -1 I suppose is very strong.
Yeah, I'll be using that all day long. Right, so up to Russ's turn now.
Okay, so this is turn 4 for the Bloodbound. He's got a lot to pull back here now. That was a good swing by Les. Looks like we've got Wrathmongers moving up towards the Prime.
Is he going to engage with Wrathmongers though? I do wonder if he's going to charge or not. There's a bit of thinking. Wrathmongers towards Les's objective.
Oh, we got the Wrathmongers and a Bloodsecrator moving up towards it, and the Skull Reapers in the middle, and the Juggernaut Lord moving off.
Oh, he does go up, and I think he might be engaging.
He's going for the Prime now.
I think unfortunately the Slaughter Priest didn't pull him off.
The old Slaughter Priest, of course. There it is. This is the perfect situation for a Slaughter Priest.
Yeah, and the Juggernaut's running away from the Relictor as well. Then.
A bit of retreat. That is an interesting tactic. Not one I employ too much with my Khorne.
No, and it looks like Wrathmongers are in against the Prime.
This is going to be an interesting fight.
Mighty Lord into the Juggernauts.
The Adjudicators, mate.
Oh, the Adjudicators, sorry. The Juggernaut's not in, though, and it looks like they might have failed that charge. We're going into Russ's combat phase, and he's in a good position here.
That's the Wrathmongers against the Prime, I presume. It's a lot of dice.
Yeah, it is a bit.
This is going to be painful for the Celestant Prime. That is, if that's the wounds, then that is just.
It's a lot to save on a free up. And there he is.
And that's the Prime gone. Thank you very much. Prime time over, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, he did what he had to do, though. Maybe failing that charge has actually turned out okay.
In all fairness, it seems has given Les the extra turn, so now Russ has got to really pull back. He needs to get the extra 4 points to draw level.
Yeah, the Mighty Lord of Khorne against the Judicators, he should do a bit of damage there.
The Mighty Lord of Khorne Juggernaut is very tasty. He's actually a little bit more choppy than the regular Mighty Lord of Khorne, just without the axe.
Yeah. No, it's pretty good. Will the Venator hold on? The Judicators definitely didn't. It looks like he will. Good work.
Okay, so losing the round roll was pretty big there. If I had that, I probably would have been out of scope now. But now, because Les was able to score in his turn 8 points, and I failed my 8-inch charge to basically put it back to me scoring 8. He's now pulled ahead by 4 scenario points. So going into the last round, I absolutely have to score 10 in my turn. So even if Les goes first or I go first, whatever turn I have, I've got to score 10 points to win. Otherwise, Les will win the game. So I think it shows that how important it is to play the late game in this mission, because it's you score more as the game goes on. So I think it's been really close. And although I've done quite a lot of damage and basically killed most of Les's army, it's still, the scenario is still going to be the thing, and it shows you the strength of the Prime. That last turn, everything went okay. I mean, the Skull Reapers failing the charge was a big deal. I had to whip the Wrathmongers to make sure the charge went on the Prime, just because I didn't have enough movement to be within the 6 of the objective. If I did, then I wouldn't have bothered, because if I failed the charge, then I still would have had 2 models to his 1, so I still would have captured. But I just thought, I'll play it safe. I've got to play it safe. Unfortunately, failing the charge with the Wrathmongers was pretty big. Now it comes down to this turn roll. If I win the turn roll, I'm in a really good position. If Les wins it, he's still got his Prime in his Judicators, even though my Jugger Lord was an absolute beatstick, and he's still got the Venator, who is a tank anyway. But it's the shooting. If he can shoot the Wrathmongers off, I'm going to really struggle to get more than 5 models near that other objective or take him off of it. The Slaughter Priest is just lackluster. It just should have been another Bloodstoker. I think it just doesn't really do enough. He hasn't done anything okay. But yeah, it's really close. I mean, going into the last turn now, it's coming down to the scenario. On kills, I'm well ahead, but it doesn't matter at the end of the day. It's all about capturing those rocks. So there you go. Let's see how it turns out.
So yes, somehow I'm up. I think the Prime, again, doing the heavy lifting like he always does for Stormcast Eternal Armies. I think no matter what, you always take the Prime, especially into the General's Handbook when I think the Star Drake's a little bit too much cost-wise. I mean, they have different battlefield roles, but I think that for what the Prime does, the fact that he can come down and clear objectives late game, he's a massive utility piece. It's all come down to the wire. There's a couple of things that if I get priority, there's a couple of things I need to do. I think I need to try and get the Relictor into the rear of his Corn Lord on Jugger. It's a bit of an ask. I think he's looking at it about 12 inches away, so I can do the D3 mortal wounds if I get lucky, and then try and get round there and charge into him. If I can get him in, then that pins the Jugger Lord. If I don't, then I've got to hope the Judicator holds out. But the most important thing is me rolling above average on the Judicator Prime Shock with the Exploding Arrow and the Venator Bow, because essentially I need to do, how many wounds have they got left? 3, 6, 7 wounds. 7 wounds on Wrathmongers to be able to stop them, or at least kill 2. 6 wounds, so that I've got a good chance of surviving an attack from them with the remaining Liberators. I've also got to hope that Russ's Juggernauts don't get in on the charge, because they do so much damage on the charge. It's all down to the wire, really, and it's all coming down to the priority roll, the last one. So I think if Russ gets it, then he should tidy me up nicely and square it away as a win for him. If I get it, I have to roll above average, and hopefully that will sneak me in at the end of the day. But I think it just hammers home how under sort of like the General's Handbook and the match play system, you need to play to the mission every time, and not just concentrate on trying to smash your opponent. So.